everybody, and welcome to NorCal Slot Car Scene. It's not often we see a brand new car coming out from one of the major manufacturers, but a few weeks ago, NSR teased us and said, yes, there is something new coming. And there's been a lot of speculation across the internet on what it's going to be, a hypercar, a new GT3 car, or whatever. Earlier this year, when I was introducing new cars for 2024, I put together a wish list. And on my NSR wish list, it was for the Lola T90, which is a part of the T280 series somewhat. The T280 and the T290 are somewhat similar. A little bit different bodywork, some different engines, but the real cars are somewhat similar. So they're kind of considered the same lineage of cars, so to speak. So what is this new car actually going to be? Well, the news kind of broke this morning. And to my surprise, it is going to be the Lola T280 series. This picture I took at Laguna Seca a couple of years ago at the historic races, and it's one of my favorite cars. And it's going to blend in very nicely with the Porsche 908, some of the other manufacturers, the Ferrari 312, the Alfa T33, and so on. So it's that era of cars. So I want to thank Slot Cars Passion for releasing this morning. The car was shown at an NSR race by Andrea Novielli, the president of NSR, and it is a Lola T280, and they're saying /290, so we could see some different variations of the car in the future. The T280 was raced in the 1972 season, along with the Porsche 908 and the Ferrari and the Alfa that I mentioned before. But it looks like the version that we're getting is this short tail version, the actual 280, and it does not have the little rear fender extensions like the picture of the car that I showed you. So this looks to be the version that they're going to be producing. Now, there have been Lola T280s and T290s produced as slot cars in the past. Noticeably, Slaughter made the Lola T280, and this looks very much like the car that NSR is going to produce, again without the little rear fender flare type things that are on the back. The 290 was a little bit swoopier, a little bit longer bodywork, and we were typically with 2-liter motors instead of the 3-liter motor in the T280. So there you have it. This looks like the car we're going to be getting. Very similar bodywork. Whether we get this livery or one of the other liveries, we're not quite sure yet. But if you can't wait till next year for the NSR version, this particular Lola T280 is for sale presently on Car and Classic. So if you want the real thing, go for it. It's available now. NSR also has shown in the last week or so some new liveries for current cars, including a new livery for the Mosler and a couple new liveries for the Porsche 917K and the Corvette C8. The Lola T280 290 from NSR is going to be a spectacular car. And they've announced that the chassis is going to be new. It's going to be something a little bit different. And if you go on Slot Cars Passion, you can see some pictures of the actual car that Andrea had at the race this past weekend. If you're close to Southern California, be sure to go to Electric Dreams, and I'm sure Andrea will have that car at the NSR Western Championships, and you'll be able to see it in person. So great news from NSR, and thank you for making my prediction come true. This is Jim Rose with NorCal Slot Car Scene.